What's up, everybody? Garrett back here, and I want to talk to you about Arrow Video's newest release, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Phantom of the Mall is a 1989 slasher that was really overlooked but has established a cult following since the DVD that came out in 2005 from Echo Bridge became out of print relatively quick. Now, since then, it's been pretty sought after amongst the horror community, and Arrow Video had recently just announced that they were going to finally put this thing out in a brand new limited edition set. Now, if you know how Arrow works, they don't mess around when it comes to limited edition sets, but usually they save these for bigger titles, so it was kind of odd that they'd announce this for a movie that isn't necessarily a mainstream title amongst horror fans. Now, really quick, I want to go through this box. This is beautiful. I mean, look at this artwork here. Stunning artwork. I love this artwork. If you saw the DVD, this artwork is junk. The VHS tape, the same thing. The artwork was always really garbage. I mean, it didn't do the movie justice at all, but they went all out here. What I like about this is look at how cool that looks with the blue. I like the way this looks with the blue there. And again, it's one of those hard boxes that they're known for. Super nice quality, and inside you've got, boom, the Phantom of the Mall. And in this, there's actually 3 cuts of the movie here. I've only seen the theatrical cut, so it looks amazing on this scan. They did a 2K restoration on the camera negative. I mean, this looks fantastic, but I haven't checked out the other 2 yet, which is the television cut, which I'm not sure exactly what the difference is between that and the theatrical, and also the fan cut, which I'm not exactly sure what that entails as well. So I'm hoping I can dive into those pretty deep. But what I did dive into pretty deep was the documentary in here, which I think was about 45 minutes long, that Michael Felcher put together, called Shop Till You Drop, the making of Phantom of the Mall. That was really informative. A lot of stuff I didn't know about this movie. For instance, they had a script already written. They had someone else jump in, kind of change everything. So a lot of these people that were involved in this movie were not actually happy with the final product. They said what they originally had written was a far better and far more superior movie than what we ended up getting in the long run. But what I do like about this movie, a lot of people I can see not liking this movie. It's not the greatest movie, but for me, someone who loves 80s cheesy horror, this is right up my alley. I think this has an all-star cast of a lot of people that you may remember from other movies, and a lot of people I love from other movies, such as Pauly Shore. I mean, he's got a smaller part here. This was very early in his career. They've also got the main character, Eric, is played by Derek Rydell. So if you're not sure who Derek Rydell is, I just talked about him in a video I put up, Rad Recommendations Episode 7, talking about the movie Night Visitor. So make sure you check that out if you haven't, because again, Eric Rydell's the star of that movie as well. It came out, I think it was 1989, I believe. So he was really getting his name out there in horror at that time. Rob Estes, who you guys may know from Silk Stockings. Speaking of Silk Stockings, the main female lead here, Carrie Whitman, also had a small part in Silk Stockings as well. Tom Fridley makes an appearance in this movie, which I love from all those 80s movies like Friday the 13th, 6, Summer Camp Nightmare. Huge fan of Tom Fridley. Ken Foray, which we all know from Dawn of the Dead, he has a cool character in this movie as well. Greg Scott Cummings plays an interesting character here, which you guys may know from a movie Hack-A-Lantern, and if you don't, that's one to definitely check out. I believe it's on Tubi right now, but that's a super cool yet underrated movie. And last but not least, we have Morgan Fairchild, who actually is the owner of this mall that this movie takes place. And again, what I also like about this movie is I love movies that take place in shopping malls, especially 80s shopping malls, and that's what we get here. So again, the aesthetic of this movie, as far as the location is concerned, is something that's really up my alley. So that's another reason I was always a big fan of this movie. Now, really quick, I'm going to give a quick summary of the movie without trying to give a lot of spoilers, but basically, Eric, who was played, again, by Derek Rydell, he owned a big house, and he was in love with Melody Austin, played by Carrie Whitman, and I'm pretty sure they wanted to build a mall where this house was located, and he would not sell. So they hired an arson to actually light that house up and burn it down, but they happened to be inside. So Melody was able to escape, but Eric wasn't, and got burned in that fire. Now, fast forward years later, the mall is up, and a lot of crazy things are going down in the mall, and killings begin. So that's a quick little brief summary about what the movie is about. Now, the gore scenes and the killings and stuff are pretty cool. You know, your standard 80s cheesy gore kills, which I happen to love in this movie. Again, I love the different characters here. Yeah, the story kind of goes all over the place at times. Like they said, this got really ripped apart pre-production, and they kind of just had to wing it, I guess, from there. But again, there are a lot of holes here. This is not a perfect movie. It's a fun movie. It's super cheesy. But again, you take cool cast, late 80s, a mall, and I am all in on this movie. One of the biggest things I would say about this movie is the fact they called it Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. To me and to the people who made this movie, they can't believe that they used the word Eric's Revenge at the title of this movie. It should have been just called Phantom of the Mall, and I think that this would have got way better numbers in the box office and by horror fans in general. So let's rip apart this Arrow Video Edition and let you know what you're getting with this set. All right, so we already talked about the hard box. We got that awesome artwork by Justin Osborne here. Inside there, we have this. It's got 2 discs, boom. Inside here, you got 2 discs. You got different cuts in here. You get a ton of special features. You get a full-length documentary. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. You get reversible artwork, which you see here, which showcases that real bad VHS artwork there. I don't really even know what I'm looking at there. That's terrible, awful. Does this movie no justice as well. And again, you do get a bunch of lobby cards, and inside here, there's actually a little promo for Hell High. So that might be the next title that Arrow is working on. Inside here, you also do get a full poster, fold-out poster of that new artwork, which is amazing. And you get a book with the same cover as you got on the DVD here. So this is a huge book. I think it's like 60 pages long. And it tells you all about the movie. And it's a really, really cool book. And it's full of a lot of information. As you can see, you see the little Midwood Mall. You see Eric as well. So again, that's everything we're getting inside this set. I gave you guys a little bit about the movie, about this set. I think this set is fantastic. Again, this is a movie that needed an upgrade. I never knew it would get an upgrade like this, but I am super stoked because, again, this is one of those movies that I think is going to do really well on physical media because it's been something people have been wanting for so long just because it's been so out of print forever. And the fact that it got a treatment like this, I think is going to make this even more sought after. And the last I heard, this is actually starting to get real hard to find already. I'm not sure if they're going to do a restock, but you know how Arrow Video is. They'll do a release like this, limited for a while, and then you'll end up just kind of finding the more standard release just like this. So if you're really looking for this full release with the hard box, I would definitely try to track this down as soon as possible. And let me know down below, did you grab this edition? Have you ever seen Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge before? Let me know your thoughts on it. Like I said, it is far from a perfect movie, but if you like 80s cheesy slasher horrors, again, this is one that I totally like. Just do the cast and aesthetics and stuff alone. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with this one. So make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled on this channel because I may have a special video coming up that has to do with Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. So guys, thank you so much for checking this out. This is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay rad.